Alright, welcome to the Brawlhalla weapons tier list for 3.28. I'm pretty sure is the patch. Yeah, 3.58, but yeah, Spring Championships patch. The best weapon in the game right now is sword. Um, I can, I don't even think I need to explain why at this point. Lance broken. Lance has two moves. At least the way they played in North America. I don't know what they're doing over there. So sword is the best weapon. It has kill confirms on literally every single move it puts out. And Light has so much force that even when you're in red, and Light pushes you off stage and you're in an edge guard situation. Downlight Sarah forces edge guard situation and kills. Downlight recovery kills. Downlight dare sets up for every single combo you can do. Downlight dare and light is true. Downlight dare recovery is true and it kills. There's just too much. There's just too much stability in its kill options. There's never a point in the game where you're scared you're not going to get your kill on sword, especially with how they keep buffing recovery force. They change their angle to make it kill more again. So when you play sword, you definitely are like terrified that you're going to die when you get into red, and it's because you are. Moving into the next best weapon, and this is gonna be under this is SS compared to S plus because this weapon's 10 times easier than the rest of them at high level. So when you go from this to this, the difficulty, like I wouldn't say that these two weapons are different in terms of how good they are at the highest level, but this weapon is just so much easier to play, so I would move it down below. How's US East so much better than everyone? I don't know, they just have better players. I don't really pick who's better. It doesn't, like, I don't know, like we have Sandstorm, LDZ, Boomy. We just have more better players, so it's just how it is. NA has won every LAN, and specifically US East has won every LAN so far. Okay, moving on. Third best weapon. Oh, I should explain why bow is the next best weapon. Bow, also for sword sidelight is insanely broken. Sword sidelight might be the best move in the game right now. You'll always get at least 11 damage because of how they patched it. And this is also the reason I haven't made a sword guide, because the way they changed the sidelight changes how you play sword completely. You're always going to be getting 11 damage off of your sidelight now. You have Enlight at 1 frame on Koji, and very tight on every other character too. You have downlight even at red, so sidelight downlight will work, and you have a lot of SIGs. So they actually do. Imagine the sword gets nerfed after, it probably will get nerfed anyway, and it should get nerfed. It's really broken. Okay, bow has like 45 damage strings. Like that should be enough for a weapon to be good, right? But it also has a lot of hard reads. It has perfect edge guard situations. It has probably some of the highest damage numbers with the fastest frames in the game right now. Like hammer is fast and has high damage numbers, but sword is broken but doesn't have high damage numbers, right? Like Enlight on sword is like what, 15? Maybe lower. Enlight on spear is like 15. Enlight on bow is 18 damage. It's an anti-air. Like that's insane, right? It's an anti-air, 18 damage, hit stacked. It just does a lot of stuff. Enlight and recovery kills. Downlight recovery is a kill confirmed. Downlight nair is a kill confirmed. Downlight Sarah sets up for an edge guard. There's just a lot of stuff that bow does that is what you're looking for in a game, and it just makes it very, very consistent. And consistency is really good right now. Not to mention when you're looking at matchups, it has good matchup into spear, which is strong right now. It has no real bad matchups. Beats hammer, beats spear. Lance it's good into lance. It's okay into the rest of the weapons. Like you're never at a disadvantage picking bow into a weapon, so it's good. Bow Sarah's good too? Yeah, always. Okay, so I think we can move into the third best weapon now. And I feel like I'm gonna ask you guys what you guys think. So when I go, this is the third best weapon. I bring these three, and it's one of these three, and I don't know which one it would be. I think if I was like forced to order it right now, I'd go with this one. I'd pick this as the order, and these two are just so interchangeable. It's hard. Orb first. Hammer, hammer. A lot of people are saying hammer. I think hammer. I think it's hammer too, actually, because it's just a lot. We go back to the fact that, yeah, it's like you just say hammer so easy. It goes back to the fact that it's not even like equal. It's not even like it's worse than these weapons. It's just 10 times easier than them. Orb is S plus. Yeah, I agree. I would put it like this. I think spear has its weak points. It's annoying, but it definitely has its weak points. The problem with hammer is that if you look back at the other tier lists I make, hammer doesn't have a lot of characters that you actually want to. You don't like their SIGs and you don't like their second weapon. Like Scarlet's a hammer character that you really don't want to. You really wouldn't pull out, you know. Or Nash is like okay. Yeah. Orb's highlights hair does more than Axe highlight hair. Orb's highlights hair did 30 damage during Worlds, so I was complaining about it the whole time. Spear def lower than those two. Spear is kind of sleeper right now. Only person that can really play it is Ethan, so I put it like this actually. I think Scythe is better than Spear. Then you'd move down a tier. I'm probably gonna rename these. I'll make this S rather than A. Yeah. I'll put this as A plus, and then instead of unviable, I'll just put A. Okay. Gauntlets? No. Put the thing with cannon is it's legal for the tournament, but it's so hard to place since it just got changed and you have no gameplay of it from the tournament. But I'm gonna put it here, and then because I actually do think it's better than these if you can play it. After that, I put gauntlets and then guitars, axe, guns, or these could switch. Not sure. And then you just delete this row. Even after the last Scythe buff, you just need consistent reach to kill. Yeah. Alright. This one is a lot faster because, like I said, it's a lot easier to just place down things. I can answer any questions. What do you think of the new cannon? The new cannon is good, but it's still hard. Cannon's always been hard. In NA, at least, you don't see many people playing it because it's kind of hard. In EU, you get a lot more people playing it, and apparently it's really cancer. Guns aren't the worst. What the fuck? What is worse than guns right now? Guns are the worst because this weapon sticks too tight onto guns, 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 this weapon is too tight onto guns, this weapon's too tight onto guns. Every single weapon that is better than guns also beats guns right now. It's just not worth playing. It also can't kill except for downlight recovery, and they nerfed recovery force just for it, so. Gauntlets are fine. They're like, okay, you can't kill with guns, yeah. Is someone gonna make a new cannon tutorial? I think I'm gonna wait for. You guys should just wait for like Sandstorm to play them again or something. Why are gauntlets after cannon? Because cannon's better than gauntlets. Katars are the worst. Guns are definitely worse than katars. Like definitely. Axe is way too smacked that in S or S plus. If you get beat by Lance past top 8 in a tournament. Well, you probably don't make it to top 8 in a tournament. Is aggro axe viable? Grounded or floaty axe is better? Floaty axe is probably the best way to play right now. SS, orb, or hammer. No, orb and hammer are not better or easier than sword. I'd switch axe with guitars. These are interchangeable. Everything, like down here, guns are the worst weapon, and then these two are interchangeable. These two are interchangeable. This is definitely the best of the worst. Spear is better than it. I think that's the best way to put that. Why is Scythe so high up? Scythe is very consistent, and if you can master your reads, then you're in a really good spot. Like you can see Sandstorm's fate in the last tournament. How many recovery frames does downlight on sword have? I don't remember. How far up does axe shoot if all for twos? Okay, I that's why I said I have to make a different tier list for twos. It's a completely different tier list, Steve. So when I'll make another one like directly after this, and you'll see how far axe shoots. It's pretty high. Twos tier list? Yeah, I'm gonna make one. How do you not put Bodvar S tier? I don't put Bodvar S tier, and this is a different one because Bodvar is not as good as these characters. He has like one signature and it's down Sig on sword. His sigs aren't oppressing. His weapons are oppressing though, and that's why he is still. You're like ignoring the fact that he's not S plus, but you're ignoring the fact that he's still the fifth best character in the game. Do I play Scythe? No, I don't play Scythe. I've never played Scythe. I'm a gun main. I just saw the flaws. Yeah. I have like, if you actually want to see if I play Scythe, I have all the Scythe characters at like this level. You can see it here. When Scythe came out here. This character is 44, this character is 27, this character is 30, 24, almost 25, 20, so 16. So I pick Scythe sometimes if I'm ever bored, but I definitely don't play it in tournament. How is Axe A tier? Axe is A tier because I don't know. I don't know how to explain why Axe is A tier. It's just not. Its strings got nerfed super hard with all the recovery, with all the added recovery on it on hit. Like it's not rewarding. It's not rewarding to hit an Axe sidelight anymore. Like it's like someone just said, sidelight Sair on Orb does more damage than sidelight Nair on Axe. It does more damage than a lot of stuff. Axe's sidelight is still super strong because it still comes out super fast and it still does have Nair. But after that, you're looking very weak in terms of follow-ups. Sair killing faster is a bonus, but then you remember the fact that this is how you Axe kills people. Recovery and Sair, right? Like recovery kills people, Sair kills people. It has no other way of killing without like hitting downline deep red. What move on Axe kills besides a Gimp, recovery, or Sair? Enlight if you're deep red, like, and at that point you're fishing for kills. Like it's just it doesn't kill fast enough. This weapon has a kill on literally every move, or forces an edge guard, and it's the best weapon to edge guard. Why is Spear S tier? Spear is S tier because Nair is broken, Sair is broken, Enlight is broken, Ground Pound is broken. Off stage. They nerfed Nair too on one weapon. On Axe, yes. What is the Axe Guns matchup? Guns win. But Axe is better into the rest of the weapons, so it's better than Guns. And yeah, choose a new main now. I use Jala. Jala's pretty high, so she has sword and she has good sigs. Sword still top tier. Yeah, Marshall. But it just became top tier again. For that like whole while, it wasn't. But I don't like when sword is super good. It becomes really cancer to play against. Like the last like stocks on every game is just fishing for downlight against two players. What got buffed on swords? Sidelight got reworked to always do 11 damage at the tip and then always send like directly in front of you. So now you don't have to work for a follow up on your sidelights. Well, explain why bow is that high. Okay, I said bow is this high because bow doesn't have any bad matchups at all, right? It has 45 damage string. Sure, it doesn't always hit, but it has it. It's kind of good, honestly. They've been buffing bow slightly each patch and nerfing everything else, so bow is going to be gradually moving up. Bow has downlight Enlight, downlight Nair, downlight Sair. It has a move for every situation you want to send them into. It has perfect edge guards. It has dare. It has forcing movement off stage with bow is so scary. It's so hard because you Sair towards them, and if they get past you, you have a free dare or a free Sair behind you. The weapon that's designed, it can never be bottom tier. It can be bottom tier because of the way the meta is, I guess. Like, always, the problem with guns is people always go in a perfect Brawlhalla where people are playing perfectly. Guns are always the best weapon because you will always be spacing perfectly and no one will ever hit you. But that has never, ever, ever at any point, ever, in any meta, been the case with guns. Even when they're the best weapon, people will get hit. People will get hit a lot. Like that version of guns with its perfect design where it can never be bottom tier, it requires you to be a literal robot playing guns. Bow builds up damage so fast, yes. Most weapons are viable in this game, agreed. Is downlight GP ever used on bow? Pretty sure it's true. It became true after the last downlight buff, which is also insane. Like, if you catch a downlight off stage and you go for the ground pound, you're forcing them into a terrible spot where you can edge guard them, or honestly, if they're like orange, they'll just die. LDZ and Boomy done it, yeah, but that's just it. LDZ and Boomy done it, and like 2 other people in EU have done it, and it's hard. It is hard. It's the hardest weapon. You also have to account for the fact that this is the hardest weapon in the game, and it's nowhere near as rewarding as this weapon. So why would you play it? Is down. Do you think having bow having a pretty good matchup into hammer relative to the rest of the weapons helps their place on the tier list? Bow beats this weapon, and beats this weapon, and is good into this weapon, and then the rest of them are 50 or better for bow. So that's why it's in the spot it is in. You can argue that these weapons are both like equally as good and equally as rewarding, but bow just doesn't. There's never a point in the game where you lock in a bow character and your enemy locks in something and you go, oh, I wish I didn't lock in bow. It doesn't exist. There's no point. That's why I love using guns, because it's hard to use. Well, yeah. What do you think of Fiend with guns? Haven't seen it. Yeah, okay. I'll answer questions for 3 more minutes if anyone has any. On Thatch, Fiend, I feel like Fiend is you're scared of Fiend. You're not scared of Fiend playing question mark. You're scared of Fiend. And that's my opinion on it. Fiend could play Nash, he could play Hattori, he could play Thatch. It doesn't matter. Why is Scythe that low has so much control and option for all situation? It's hard to use. It's based on reads. These weapons are also not based on reads. We were in like a string meta. When we're in a string meta, the strings are true combos, and that's kind of disgusting. We're not in a string meta right now, so you're better off just having true combos that do 30 damage. How do I become better than the people in my region? You play more. Was Hammer buff too? Hammer was, it was like touched. You're scared of Sandstorm? I've never played against Sandstorm. And when I played against Sandstorm Scythe, like every time last year, it went 1-2. Scythe isn't even higher than these weapons, so I don't understand why me being scared of Sandstorm would be a point in me putting this here. Can I see the legend tier list? Yeah, this is it again. Axe is better than Katars and Gauntlets? No. Just reduce damage on hammer. That's the last patch, yeah. But it still does 20, like 20 and plus. So if I'm playing primarily Hattori, do I just want to avoid spear into bow if possible? Ethan, if you want to watch Ethan play spear into bow, you can do it. But spear into bow is not a good matchup. It's not unplayable. Nothing is unplayable right now, but it's not good. If that makes sense. This is one tier list again for anyone who didn't see. Best stats. Character with the best stats right now is, for her weapons, probably Yumiko, like stats plus weapon. And then if you just want like raw stats, Diana is probably still the best, or Bryn. You might as well post the tier list somewhere so people don't keep asking. I don't know. I don't want to. Can I add com? I think. Also, to everyone like wondering about Lance. Lance is like super overrated, and I don't know how else to put that for you guys. It's not bad at all. It's just like people are like overshooting it. There's way scarier and way more annoying weapons to worry about. Post on Twitter. Yeah, that'll probably be the best course of action. And then it's always been the shittiest weapon. Sometimes it's genuinely like broken, but right now is not one of those times. I need to move my Twitter because sometimes Isidru likes to like questionable stuff. One v1s spring. Okay, and then tweet weapons. Are Gauntlets worth playing, and are they we're gonna get any more buffs? They might get any more buffs, but if they get more buffs, they will be broken. Hattori buff Fate. Fate is such a cheese champ. Hattori above Fate is like, I feel like you have to it's just you have to be so good for that to be true. I don't know. I could move it, but I don't think it matters if I move it. You just have to be really good at Hattori. Are Gauntlets worth playing, and are they gonna get any more? So, I already read that. I'm going to assume Yumiko is where she's too because of her SIGs. It's more of the stats and the weapons than the SIGs, but the SIGs are good too. What do I think of Azoth and Axe? I think Azoth is cheesy, and I think Axe is not as scary as it was 2 patches ago. It's so funny to see that this is what I've been saying, but people just call me gold trash. If you're not good, no one will listen to your opinion. And even when you are good, sometimes people will think your opinion is based off of some stupid shit instead of just being what you actually think. But that's where I'm going to wrap up the YouTube video for this tier list and move it into a more 2v2 centered tier list. And so goodbye, YouTube, for this one. Thank you for watching.